Hello, welcome back to Bodyweight Calisthenics Home. I'm Mark, I'm 55, and this is my personal calisthenics transformation, which I started about 2.5 months ago at the end of November last year. About to start workout number 28. And this week I hit a bump in the road because several things dropped into my diary, which have really impacted my workout schedule, which means that I've not been able to do a workout for the last 7 days. So it's Sunday today, and the last workout I did was workout 27, which is 7 days ago, last Sunday. And I know, I'm not stupid, that is not going to work. It's just not enough. I need to be doing 3 workouts a week, and I was doing 3 workouts a week, and I was seeing great results until about a week ago. So I feel disappointed. I feel disappointed in myself. I know that there's subscribers out there that have given so much to this journey of mine already, and apologise for not doing the workouts for the last week. I need to find a way of organising my time so that it doesn't impact so badly on this workout schedule. Anyway, that being said, I am still here. It did cross my mind at one point whether it was for me, because sometimes life gets in the way so much that you think, can I actually do this? But I'm back, and I'm quite determined not to give up. So workout 28, it remains to be seen what impact having a week off will have on my strength. But I'll come back and give you some reflections on that at the end in a few moments. And so I'll come back in a few minutes with reflections on the workout. I'm just going to get on with it now. Before I do the workout, Craig in New Zealand is another flag in the map, so I'm going to put a flag in the map for New Zealand. I already had one in Australia. New Zealand is even further. Thanks for being there. Thanks everyone for subscribing. Thanks for your comments of support. Must try harder, really, is the message I'm going to give myself. But I have not had a drink this month so far, which is difficult for me because drink is all around me in my life. Everyone drinks, and the temptation has been there and the urge has been there, but I've not given in to temptation. And I'm determined to get to the 4th of March, which would be exactly 1 month before I do have a drink. Also, the protein diet, the nutrition is going well. I have been able to maintain that despite everything that's gone on in the last week. So let me get on with the workout, and let me give you some reflections and feedback at the end, just to see what effect and what impact having 1 week away from the gym has had. So my first exercise is going to be the press-ups. Now, I started off not being able to do a single press-up. So in a sense, any press-ups I can do at the moment is better than when I started. I had got up to doing 3 sets of 9. Then I had a go with the parallettes, and I kind of lost track a bit with that, and I've abandoned them now and going back to basic press-ups. Last time I did my press-ups, which was a week ago, I did 3 sets of 8. So let's see what we can do today. Standard press-up, flat planked body, engaging the glutes, engaging the abs, feet about shoulder width apart, hands under the nipples, arms, elbows about 45 degrees to the body. You don't want them to be adjacent to the body because that can cause a shoulder injury. And now I'm going to go very, very slowly and gradually down, working on both the eccentric motion and the concentric motion. Eccentric being the downward motion on the way down. It's just as important as the push up. And then at the top, pushing up as if there's an item of smelly, rotten food on the floor beneath me, pushing away from it to stretch out the scapulars, and then back down again, and I'll see just how many of these I can do and record in the logbook for this time. In a sense, there's some comfort in coming back to the gym and having a bit of a restart, a reboot. You can always restart. It doesn't matter how long you've left it, I suppose, but I suppose when you do come back, if you've left it any period of time, you've got to give it, you've got to get back into it gently, otherwise you risk doing an injury, especially at my age, which is 55. So here we go with the press-ups. You're probably watching them as I speak, because to save time, I'll probably edit the footage in above this talking, which I'm doing now, and we'll see how we get on. Press-ups. Well, I've managed 8 on the first set, and I have to say it wasn't as difficult as I was worried it might be. 8 is not bad going. I'll have a bit of a rest and then I'll try another 8. And then on the final set, which will be the third set, I'll try and do 9 and then I'll drop down for some of those drop sets. That was another 8. It's quite encouraging, this, because it means that some of the strength that I had gained and built has obviously been embedded in, and the technique and the form and the muscle memory seems to be definitely working. I'm actually quite pleased with 2 sets of 8. It might not seem a lot to a lot of people, but 2 sets of 8 after a week off means that I am definitely getting stronger. Remember, when I started this journey at the end of November in 2022, I could not do a single press up. So to do 3 sets of 8, if I can do another set of 8, which I will be doing in a second, is quite an achievement. And these are good form press ups. They're slow, they're full range of motion. I see a lot of press ups on the internet and people doing press up challenges, and they're only doing about 40% or even 30% of the range of motion. It's almost like a bob up and down rather than a press up. And I want to concentrate on the form. I want to do the full range of motion. I want to get the maximum out of doing these press ups, and I want to do it slowly. I want to maximize the time under tension, and that will therefore make me stronger. Time under tension will lead to the hypertrophy, which will lead to the muscle growth. So can I do 8 in this third and final set? And at the end of this set, I'm going to try for 9 actually. And at the end of this set, I'm going to drop down to my knees and do some, what they call them, technical drop sets. I can't remember. But anyway, when I go to my knees, you'll see it in a second. I didn't get to 9, I got to 3 sets of 8 and then I did 4 on the drop set. I'm quite pleased with that. That's encouraging. Makes me think I'm not a lost cause after all. A bit of a rest, then reverse rows. Actually, I've said a bit of a rest, then reverse rows. It's not reverse rows next, it's legs next. Squats. Now my squats, I try and do these as slowly as possible, and I try and get the full range of motion. Looking at a point in the distance to get my balance. I do have a gammy knee on my right hand side. I injured it running about 12 months ago and it still clicks every now and then. So I'm always cautious about keeping that stable. So let's give these squats a go. I've been doing 3 sets of 20. One. Pushing the hips forward, 2. Six. Engaging the core. 8. 9. 10. 11. 18, 19, 20. 20, I'm out of breath and my legs are burning. I'll do another 2 sets, I'll speed them up. You don't need to watch me do 2 sets of squats, so I'll speed them up. See you in a second when I do my reverse rows. So it's reverse rows next. It's kind of the opposite to a press up. I do them facing upwards using this bar. You'll see in a second when I start doing them. Again, body rigid, core engaged, legs straight. The big breakthrough for me was attaching this piece of wood to the floor, which prevents my feet from slipping away. Pausing at the top and then releasing slowly down again using the eccentric part of the motion just as much as the concentric, the pull up and then the slowly release down, and then that's all about that time under tension, causing the hypertrophy, improving the level of strength. Now again, after having a week off, I'll see how I get on with these. Last time I got up to 3 sets of 8. I find these almost as difficult as a press up, but not quite as difficult as a press up. We'll see how it goes. Eventually I will make these more difficult. Eventually I'll have a progression and I will lower the bar because the progression is to get lower and more horizontal with these. As it was with the press ups, I started off doing incline press ups and then I got those lower and lower and lower until I'm now doing them horizontal. Eventually I will be raising my feet on the press up and thinking up of all kinds of different harder variations, but for now I'm a beginner and I'm giving myself permission to be a beginner, and so for now it's just about building a base level of strength. I have to say I'm delighted so far with how relatively easy this has been compared to how hard I thought it was going to be, having had a week off. It just proves that you don't lose your strength overnight. Some of the strength that I'd gained over the first 27 workouts has embedded into my system, and it will also be about muscle memory and the connections in your brain and being good at the technique and the form. It's also about confidence and belief, I believe. You start this off and you really don't know what you're doing and how much you can do, and then the more you do, the more confident you become. I'm a different person than I was at the end of November in terms of exercise. Completely different person. What I've done over the last 2.5 months has certainly confirmed that my body will respond to the stimulus of exercise. And I'd lived with the limiting belief that really I was a sort of person that really just did aerobic exercise, running, jogging, rowing machine. I never thought that I would build muscle, but the proof of the pudding is in the eating. My measurements have got bigger. My chest has grown by 1.5 inches. And I've also increased the number of repetitions within the sets, as you've already seen with the press-ups. And I'm feeling more confident and stronger, and I know that my posture's improved, and people are starting to notice. People that I've not seen for a while are looking at me and saying, what's going on? You look in good shape, you look in trim. Yeah, all good stuff. Let's get on with these reverse rows, which you've been witnessing actually while I've been talking. In order to save time in the video, I'll edit them on top of this spiel that I'm giving you. Reverse rows, here we are. 9 on the first set. I don't know what's happened there because that's one more than I did a week ago when I've had a week off. Sometimes it's belief and mind over matter, but possibly having the week off has given my muscles time to recover properly. 9. I'll see if I can do 9 in the second set. So, I've done a push, I've done a pull, I've done a squat. So that's my upper body and my lower body. It's now time to do some of these negative chin-ups. Now, several people commented on a short which I published last week, telling me that they weren't even full repetitions. I am aware that these are not full repetitions. This is a progression. I'm trying to get myself off these bands to full chin-ups, and the way I'm doing it is I'm doing negative chin-ups, stopping halfway down and then going up, down, just to work the bicep. Eventually I'll be coming almost all the way down, and then eventually I will be coming all the way down, at which point I will be able to do the scapular work, the scapular movement and the full chin-up, But for now, these are negative chin-ups with a pause, then a lift, then a pause, then a lift, and then I'll come all the way down. So that's just for those people out there that think I'm cheating by only doing half a chin-up. I'm not. It's deliberate, and you'll see them in a moment. So I'm going to step up off this box to the bar. And the objective really by stepping up is to avoid getting a swing. Don't want any swing. I need to be stable in this motion. So here we go for these negative chin-ups. Oh. So you'll notice there that I went up and then did 4 half chin-ups. The one thing I notice is, and that wasn't quite failure by the way, I could probably done 6 of those. One thing I do notice is the core. That really does work your core. It does work your arms as well, and your shoulders and your back. But I can particularly feel that in my upper abs. So I'll do a rest and I'll do another couple of sets of that exercise. On the second set, I'm going to try and do 5, but I'm going to try and go a little bit further down before I come back up again. So let's see if I can do 5, going a bit further down. And pause and release. Well, I did it. Definitely feeling it there, and feeling it in my biceps and my shoulders. That's definitely got to be a winning exercise. I really like that. Right, third set, reverse chin-ups with a pause, slightly lower down, times 5. Just about managed 4. 5 would have been failure, and I didn't want to push it to failure. I wanted to stop just before failure. I'm going to do a roundup now, just get my breath back. After the roundup, I'm going to do some dips on my frame, but I'm not going to talk about them. I've done a push, a pull, a squat. I've done some chin-ups. I'll see you in a second once I've got my breath back for the roundup and to say goodbye. So there it is, workout 28 complete, and mixed feelings about that one. Slightly puzzled actually. Having had a week off and procrastinated this morning about coming out here to the gym. I got here in the end and I've done a workout, and I'm puzzled because it wasn't anywhere near as bad as I expected it to be. So is that my mind playing tricks on me because I expected it to be really bad? Actually, it wasn't as bad as I expected. Or is it because the strength is bedded in and having a week off has allowed my muscles to recover? One thing is certainly true, I don't want to be taking a week off. I would feel as if it's not really going anywhere if I kept taking weeks off. So I am going to endeavour to do 3 workouts a week. But I have to say, I was very, very pleased having come back after a week off with the results this time. If anything, it actually felt easier in my mind psychologically than it did when I did a workout a week ago, workout 27. So I'm not sure what's going on there. What do you think? And also, here's a question for you, if you're still watching. I know it's the end of the video, but is doing this 3 times a week really going to make me stronger and more muscular? It doesn't seem like a lot of work, you know, a push, a pull, a squat, some chin-ups and some dips. A warm-up, obviously, and a warm-down, and the protein and the sleep. and the rest days when the muscles grow, obviously. But is this 45 minutes in the gym 3 times a week really going to make me bigger? You guys know, you've done it. Tell me, should I be doing more? Should I be spending an hour out here or 2 hours? It just seems like the investment isn't anywhere near as much as it feels like it should be to get the results that I eventually want. Food for thought. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks again for being there. I'm back after a challenging week with lots of demands on my time and a week off. I've done workout 28 and I feel very, very much better for having come out here today. I'll see you soon.